Once again, Stan Solo fills the gaps that Kenner left behind. There's no question that Kenner created one of the best toy lines of all time in the form of Star Wars, but that doesn't mean they got everything right. They failed to produce figures of some really important characters while at the same time had no hesitation in making figures of characters that practically require you to hit the pause button on your VCR in order to see them in the movie. While Garendon and Oola are not what you would call major characters, they certainly played more significant roles in their respective movies than some of the characters that Kenner made figures for. Thanks to Stan Solo Creations, we can now add Garendon and Oola to our collections. So without further ado, let's take a look at these amazing figures. So starting with Garendon the Spy at Mos Eisley. Now, interesting fact for you is that back in the mid-90s, I did start buying Star Wars figures again as part of the Power of the Force 2 line. And this was one of the figures I had, simply because Kenner never made it when I was a kid, so to get the chance to buy it again was nice. It's even nicer to buy one just like the vintage Kenner style right now in 2022. The first thing you're going to notice is this wonderful vinyl cape, which is exactly how it would have been had this figure been produced as it should have been, probably what, 78, 79? Definitely a far more valid character than some of the ones that Kenner gave us in the second wave of Star Wars figures. Now, I can't portray this on camera, but rest assured, when you get one of these, take a sniff at the cape. It smells just like 1982 again. And for me, very reminiscent of the TIE Fighter pilot smell, which is one of the best smells known to man. Anyway, the figure itself, pretty simple sculpt, but as it should be for a figure like this. The face is really nice with that long snout, and the sort of steampunk style goggles are really cool. It's nice how the hood does blend in nicely with the vinyl cape. It's not seamless, obviously, but it absolutely works. Nicely done there. Now he's holding a comlink, which I believe is a copy of the one that came with the Cloud Car pilot. Makes complete sense. And this thing is held securely. This arrived all the way from the UK and he was still holding it in the package. So tells you how well done that is. And it can actually be, I thought it might have been glued, but it's not. It is a detachable piece. And as I said, very much like the comlink with the Cloud Car pilot. The figure itself is solid, and I don't know if these have been based on the TIE Fighter pilot, but the legs remind me of the TIE Fighter pilot figure in that they're very, I guess chunky is the word I'm looking for, that solid, and the boots look great as well. The paint applications are just fantastic, and I'm pretty sure that painting technology has come a long way since the 70s and 80s, which makes it easier to do a better job of painting, but there are absolutely no faults at all on this example that I have of the paint being off in any way. Really well done. Nice gloss on the gloves and boots there. And as I said, these goggles are very well done. No faults whatsoever in the way this has been painted. So yes, this is the figure we've all been waiting for the best part of 4 decades and then some. No idea why Kenner didn't do it, but thankfully Stan Solo Creations have done it. So now we have Oola, who was Jabba's slave dancer. And much like the slave Leia figure, it appears that Hasbro are unwilling to do this figure for God knows why. Is it a sexy lady? Is it the slave part? Who knows? But by all accounts, you will never get this in the vintage collection. So thankfully, again, Stan Solo does it for us. So fun fact for you, I was doing a bit of research into the Oola character, and it turns out that Oola is in fact the name of a plus-size lingerie company. So having taken a quick peek at that website, I now need some bleach from my eyes after seeing some of those models, and that's models in air quotes. Anyway, the figure itself, what a beauty, it really is. And it's been done as well as it can be in this scale. Now, I say that because the costume she wore in the movie was, of course, a fishnet style costume, which is just impossible to do in a figure of this size. But it's been sculpted in such a way that the costume is textured to represent the sort of netting of her sexy costume. So that has been done extremely well. Uh, Paint apps, look at them, look at the face. Fantastic. Nice, you know, bright red lipstick. And interestingly enough, even managed to get every toe painted with black nail polish. It's incredible attention to detail. Now, despite this being a very slender figure with very skinny arms, as she did have in the movie, it's still a solid figure. This thing is not moving. It's everything is solid. There's no floppy limbs anywhere to be seen. Very, very well done. Now, going back to the whole Hasbro wouldn't make this type of figure because of God knows why. For you perverts out there, rest assured you will get plenty of side boob with this figure. So if that's your thing, uh, Stan Solo has you covered. So just to go into a bit more detail regarding some of the paint applications on this, I've already mentioned the face, the toes, but the headpiece has been very well done with the nice silver touches, but we also have the slave collar, which has been done in silver, and I'm led to believe that this can indeed be used with the collar that comes with the Jabba's playset. So if you're not lucky enough to have the Princess Leia slave figure, but you do have Jabba's playset, by all means you can put Oola into that collar and she will fit perfectly. But once again, a huge, huge thank you to Chris at Stan Solo Creations for giving us this figure when, one, Kenner didn't do it back in the day, but as I said earlier, it appears that Hasbro will never touch a figure like this. So if you are looking to complete your Return of the Jedi set of figures, this is one that you definitely need, and I cannot say enough good things about this figure. So there you go, two more amazing figures from Stan Solo Creations. So if you are looking to buy these, I've left the links to Chris's Etsy store in the description. Now bear in mind that's a UK based Etsy store. There is a US seller who is, I believe it's John Kelly, who sells on eBay in the US for Chris. So I'll leave that link also in the description. Now, I'm not sure on the current availability of these figures, but like I said, just keep checking back at the Etsy store or the eBay store if you're in the US. But I got mine directly from Chris in the UK, so if you are worried about shipping, don't be. I can't remember what the shipping cost, but these figures got to me in about a week. So there's no worries there. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that quick review. So thank you all for watching and see you next time.